Santa Fe, NM. On a quiet winter afternoon, Betsy Arakawa moved through the aisles of a CVS pharmacy in Santa Fe, her face partially hidden behind a mask. The world around her carried on as usual, unaware that this would be the last time anyone saw her alive. Within mere hours, she was gone. Surveillance footage captured her final outing on February 11th, a day like any other, errands to run, tasks to complete. She sent an email, shopped for groceries, and stopped by the pharmacy. Yet something was amiss. One crucial detail stood out. She never made it to Gruta Veterinary Hospital to pick up the prescription dog food and medication she had ordered for her beloved pets, Zinna, Bear, and Nikita. For years, Arakawa had been a familiar and devoted presence at the veterinary hospital. She never missed an appointment, never forgot a pickup. But on this day, she did. The following week, staff at Gruta Veterinary Hospital grew concerned. Calls to her cell phone went unanswered. She was devoted to those dogs, said Robert Gruta, the hospital's owner. She was consistent, predictable. When she didn't show up, we knew something was wrong. What no one realized at the time was that Arakawa, just 65 years old, lay lifeless on the bathroom floor of the Santa Fe home she shared with her husband, legendary actor Gene Hackman. The culprit? A rare but deadly disease spread by rodents, hantavirus. Hackman, 95, frail and suffering from advanced Alzheimer's, survived her by a mere week. He was later found in the mudroom of their sprawling 9,000-square-foot home, a cane and sunglasses nearby. Did he know his wife had passed? Did he comprehend that one of their cherished dogs, Zinna, had also perished in a crate inside the house? The unanswered questions have shaken Santa Fe, where the couple was both respected and reclusive. At a press conference, Santa Fe County Sheriff Adan Mendoza revealed chilling details about the couple's final days. Yet, the mystery deepened. How had Arakawa, a vibrant and seemingly healthy woman, contracted hantavirus? How had death claimed her so swiftly? Doug Lanham, a close friend of the couple, struggled to make sense of it all. "I'm more confused and devastated than ever," he said. "How do you connect all these dots?" An excellent caregiver, a devoted companion. Arakawa was more than just a dog owner. She was their fierce protector. Over the years, she became a beloved regular at Gruta Veterinary Hospital. She spoke to the staff with warmth, always ensuring her pets received the best care. She affectionately called Zinna by her full name, Zinfandel, a nod to Hackman's favorite wine. She was an excellent dog owner, an excellent caretaker, Gruta recalled. She doted on them. The last time the staff saw her was in late January when she picked up Zinna after a major surgery. She had been her usual self, attentive, engaged, and dutifully following the vet's instructions to keep Zinna crated for recovery. She was friendly, responsible, Gruta said. That's the kind of owner we depend on. By then, even those closest to the couple had seen them less and less. Lanham, once a regular golfing companion of Hackman's, hadn't seen them in over 5 years. Their world had grown smaller, their routines more insular. On February 11th, Arakawa's day started like any other. At 11:21 a.m., she exchanged emails with a massage therapist. By mid-afternoon, she was at Sprouts Farmers Market, then CVS. At 5:15 p.m., she returned home, using a remote to open the gate to Santa Fe Summit, the secluded gated community where she and Hackman had spent decades together. She made it inside. But the silent killer already had its grip on her lungs. The deadly grip of hantavirus. Hantavirus, a rare but lethal disease, was first identified in 1993, spreading from the southwest across the country. Carried by rodents, most commonly the tiny deer mouse in New Mexico, it lurks in dust, waiting to be inhaled by unsuspecting victims. The illness is rare, with only 136 cases reported in New Mexico over the past half-century. In Santa Fe County, just 5 cases had been recorded before Arakawa's tragic death. Dogs are immune, and the strain found in the U.S. cannot spread between humans. Yet, for those who contract it, the outcome is often fatal. The initial symptoms mimic the flu: body aches, fever, abdominal pain. But as the virus incubates over weeks, it suddenly strikes, causing the lungs to flood with fluid. Victims gasp for breath as their own capillaries betray them. Arakawa never stood a chance. As she went about her final day, unaware of the invisible enemy within her, the Santa Fe sun dipped below the mountains. In the home she once filled with warmth, she fell, alone. And in the days that followed, as silence settled over the estate, her husband, once Hollywood's everyman, now lost in the fog of his illness, faded away too. A silent killer. The tragic tale of hantavirus. Hantavirus is a ruthless and stealthy predator, lurking unseen in the shadows, waiting for the unsuspecting. With a staggering mortality rate ranging from 35% to 50%, this virus is as merciless as it is elusive. Health officials warn that once symptoms take hold, the descent into darkness is often swift and irreversible. Dr. Mertz, an infectious disease specialist, has witnessed the virus's brutal nature firsthand. Unfortunately, it can rapidly progress to cardiogenic shock within mere hours, he explained grimly. Even with hospital care, most fatalities occur within the first day. Cardiogenic shock is the body's final betrayal, a catastrophic failure where the heart no longer pumps enough blood to sustain life. Blood pressure plummets, organs starve for oxygen, and the victim spirals into a lethal arrhythmia. At that point, even the most advanced medical interventions struggle to pull the patient back from the brink. The greatest danger, however, lies in hantavirus's insidious nature. It masquerades as the flu, tricking both victims and doctors. By the time its true identity is revealed, it is often too late. No cure exists. No antiviral can halt its relentless march through the body. Mertz recounted a case that still haunts him. A patient at the University of New Mexico Hospital had been diagnosed with hantavirus. Sitting upright on a hospital bed, they suddenly paled, clutching their chest as an invisible force seemed to drain the life from them. Their blood pressure plummeted, and in a horrifyingly brief span of 20 minutes, they were gone. It's a terrifyingly rapid decline, Mertz admitted. Few diseases have a higher mortality rate. A mysterious death in Santa Fe. The story of Gene Hackman's wife, Betsy Arakawa, unfolds like a harrowing mystery, one that only the keenest eyes would eventually solve. It was a quiet afternoon on February 26th when a longtime maintenance worker visited the couple's home in Santa Fe. Noticing the front door ajar, he peered through a window and saw a motionless figure sprawled on the floor. Alarmed, he called for another worker, who immediately dialed 911. Paramedics arrived swiftly, pushing open the door to find Arakawa's lifeless body near the bathroom. Time had already begun its grim work. Signs of decomposition were evident. Following protocol, they stepped back and radioed for law enforcement. Soon, sheriff's deputies joined them, methodically sweeping through the sprawling four-bedroom home, searching for signs of life or foul play. The house was eerily pristine. No sign of struggle, no misplaced objects. But something was wrong. One of the couple's dogs, a loyal and restless companion, darted back and forth, barking insistently. At first, responders dismissed it as nervous energy. Then they realized it was trying to guide them. The dog kept running up to them, barking, and then dashing off, said Santa Fe Fire Chief Brian Moya. It was as if it was saying, "Come over here, come over here." The dog led them to a mudroom near the kitchen. There, they found another body. Gene Hackman collapsed on the floor. Sunglasses and a cane lay beside him. His hands were darkened, evidence of decay setting in. The back door stood ajar, allowing the couple's dogs to wander freely in and out of the house. First responders meticulously examined the home with handheld gas monitors, scanning for carbon monoxide or other lethal fumes. The air was clean. There were no signs of poison or external threats. The house remained silent, holding its secrets. The couple's bodies were transported to the office of the medical investigator at the University of New Mexico. It was only through the expertise of Chief Medical Examiner Heather Jarrell that the truth began to emerge, unraveling the mystery. For over a week, the world held its breath, waiting for answers. Then, at a press conference outside the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office, Jarrell revealed the chilling reality. Hackman, 93, had battled years of cardiovascular disease. His medical history was fraught with past heart attacks, a pacemaker, and chronic high blood pressure. His cause of death was determined to be heart failure. His body simply gave out. But the real mystery lay in Arakawa's demise. Through meticulous analysis, Gerald discovered the microscopic evidence hidden within her lungs. Negative for COVID-19, negative for influenza, but positive for hantavirus. The virus had ravaged her lungs, suffocating her from the inside out. While others might have overlooked it, Gerald and her team recognized the deadly signature of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. Arakawa had likely succumbed first, her body overwhelmed by the virus. Hackman, clouded by Alzheimer's, was left alone in the home for 7 days. Disoriented, unable to reach out for help, he wandered through the house as his wife lay motionless nearby. He hadn't eaten but somehow managed to stay hydrated.